this is the most thing I'm interested in watching because it is about the brand new app, Threads. That's the wrong screen. If you don't know what the Threads is, it's the new Twitter made by Instagram. I mean, technically made by Facebook / Meta. Since Meta owns Instagram and all that other stuff. But yeah, Threads is the new Twitter. Coincidence that it comes out now when Twitter having this crazy debacle that they got going on, messing up their app with these updates and whatever. I don't know, Elon Musk, whatever. I don't know. So we gonna see what Threads is about, because I don't know what Threads really is for real. I just know what I seen on Twitter, which ain't much. I just seen it was a new shit that was kind of like Twitter. So we gonna see.
10 million users in the first 7 hours. Meta, the company behind Facebook and Instagram, has just declared war on Twitter with their new app, Threads. And this is the most fascinating, exciting, terrifying thing happening in social media right now. So first of all, do I even think Threads has got a chance of becoming mainstream? Well, let's put it this way. Right now, my 60k follower account on Threads is getting more engagement than my 1.7 million follower account on Twitter. I mean, look at this. This is not normal for a 60k follower account on any platform. But yeah, the excitement levels for this new app, they're not just high, they are unlike anything I've ever seen before. But why? Because it's in the right place at the right time. All I've seen on Twitter these past few months is, oh, I hate this app now, or Elon Musk has ruined this app, or why is Twitter the place where everything has to be? And there are reasons for that. I mean, Twitter has dialed up the ads. You'll see one like every 5 posts. You've got so many bot accounts and just inappropriate accounts parading around without getting flagged. I mean, Twitter charges people to be verified now. So you literally end up in situations where you've got a fake Elon Musk account, which is paid to be verified. At which point, what does it mean to be
seeing
verified?
that account.
They've just limited the number of tweets that you can view in a day, again, unless you pay to increase that limit. To me, it has felt like no longer a homely platform. Like, I just don't feel like I belong there. And so, Threads is basically designed to be the opposite of that. And to capitalize on this downward spiral sentiment that lots of people have towards Twitter, Meta has made sure that they've launched with 0 ads, that they're not even thinking about monetization. And
our approach will be the same as all our other products. Make the product work well first, then see if we can get it on a clear path to 1 billion people, and only then think about monetization at that point. So there will be ads soon. I mean, that's the same with Twitter. Twitter didn't initially have ads in the beginning. He's saying the same thing. I mean, that's the same thing Twitter.
Until the app reaches a billion users. This is what Zuckerberg is saying, which is kind of crazy, because if it does get to a billion...
I'm just saying, they making it seem like, or he making it seem like this something crazy, like him saying this right here, when I mean, it's the same thing with Twitter. Like, Twitter didn't have ads in the beginning. They waited till it worked, and now we're here. I really never noticed the ads, to be honest, for real. I don't be on social media for real, but when I do, for my own marketing purposes, I do. It's not that hard to just scroll past them.
Users, that's already 2 times what Twitter is. They've made sure that everyone needs to have an Instagram account before they can register.
What's 2 times what Twitter is?
This is what Zuckerberg is saying, which is kind of crazy, because if it does get to a billion users, that's already 2 times what Twitter is. They've made sure that everyone needs to have an Instagram account before they can register, which has done a lot to reduce the level of bot activity. And I mean, they're spoiling us. I mean, you can see as many posts as you want per day. Plus, because it's linked to your Instagram account, you don't pay for verification. It carries over from your Instagram to your Threads account for free, instantly. And the best part of it is that so do your followers. You know how Threads has managed to get this unexpected...
That's crazy. So your Instagram follow, I mean, I ain't got nothing on Instagram for real. I don't use Instagram, never have my whole entire life. I got one picture up there. You can go check it out if you want to. But that's interesting. That's smart. I wish that they would have just integrated it into Instagram, like a section inside of Instagram. Like, you know how at the bottom of the phone on Instagram, they got the different tabs, the explore page, the home page, your profile page. Just put it as a page on the Instagram app instead of having to download a whole separate app. It would have blew up even crazier. Just saying. But I mean, it seemed like they still doing their thing for the people who care about this.
buzz about it. It's because it's managed to do the one thing that's really, really hard for a new platform to do, and that's to make it feel like everyone is already there. So anytime one of your Instagram followers signs up for Threads, they're following you already by default, which is giving creators this massive surge in excitement and therefore an instant incentive to start posting unique content for those people. All of this is making Threads feel like this new haven, like a fresh start. The Twitter, but where everything is right in the world. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but a world in which Mark Zuckerberg is the new people's choice hero. It's just really good timing combined with some very big brain marketing. And then the other side to this coin is that they've also figured out how to give people on the outside a major fear of missing out. You actually get numbered based on how quickly you register for a Threads account, literally like getting ranked in a race.
Dang, so who's number one?
12 million.
Epidemic Sound.
I don't care. Yeah. See, that's what's wrong with people, man. You worrying about the numbers. You worrying about the numbers. Come on, bro. What is this, bro? Come on, bro. But yeah, you worrying about the numbers. So now everybody finna try to race over there. If you even know about that, everybody gonna try to race over there to sign up to have your number not as high.
Literally like getting ranked in a race. So I'm around number 12 million, which probably won't make it to my resume. But the point is, whatever you get given, that's your number permanently. So there was a rush to be in the first million, then there's a rush to be in the first 10 million, now I guess there's a rush to be in the first 100 million. And then when you sign up, it lets you preemptively add people for when they join, as if to say, they are gonna join, of course. It's just you being ahead of the game by being there before them. But also, you know how I was saying that your Instagram followers automatically get added to your Threads account? Yeah, well, that only actually happens if you've already registered. So your incentive is basically to hurry up, to register your account as fast as you possibly can, to make sure that you're getting as many of those automatic follows as possible. Like for me, I was kicking myself when I woke up this morning to the chaos that was happening and realized if I just set up my Threads account 8 hours before I'd gone to sleep, I would have woken up to 50,000 more followers already there. Now, don't get me wrong, Threads is not God's gift to mankind. It's missing features. It's missing a lot of key features that you really need for an app like this, like trending topics, for example. The thing that actually makes Twitter different to other platforms is that it's news first. You go on there, as well as to argue with people over the internet, to learn about what's happening with the world and what people think about it. It's got to be grounded in real-world events, as opposed to Instagram, which is more, what are my friends up to? Or at least, that's what it used to be. Right now, it's more of a TikTok v 0.5. And there is also a data problem. You might have noticed, you definitely will have noticed if you live here, this app is not available in the European Union because the EU has very strict data sharing policies that this does not yet comply with. And it's just going to be really hard in general for people to have to start again. You know, some people have spent 10 plus years on Twitter just grinding away to build up that follower number to the point where even if all the users that do still matter to you and do still care about what you're currently doing do move over to Threads and your engagement stays just as high, you are going to feel some kind of loss from just not having that big follower count that you've spent so much time to accumulate. But I guess the key message here is that if anyone can do it, it probably is Meta. You could say that Twitter has Meta their match. And they've been very open about the fact that this is still a V1. They probably wanted to launch the app in a state where it was simple, yes, but stable, to then one by one add in the extras and add in those final countries that haven't quite made it in yet. Besides, I gotta give it to them, the app itself is kind of nice. It's exactly what you would expect it to be. It's like Twitter. Like, let's be very clear, there is zero doubt that the designers studied Twitter and consciously made this like it, but with some design elements of Instagram. It's named well. I mean, a thread is already what people call a string of messages, so it's fitting. And it also doesn't sound like a joke. Like Mastodon, which, I mean, all I can think of is just dinosaurs. No offense to dinosaurs. And it's simple. You've got your news feed, which is a combination of both people you follow and those you don't. You can search for new people to follow here. You can write a thread. This is all your notifications, which are very neatly categorized, although not fully working in my experience. Like, I have definitely been mentioned, but not according to this tab. And then there's you on the far right. This is your profile. Now, as you can probably tell, it's not very customizable. It's not very fun to look at right now. And I wish you could double tap post to like them and that the interaction buttons were on the other side of the screen. There's plenty of ways I would change this, but it's got the fundamentals right. It's easy on the eyes, it seems to run well, be smooth and pretty bug-free. It's inoffensive, which is actually more than you can say for Twitter right now. And that's the benefit of starting out and not trying to do everything at once. So, Honestly, could Threads kill Twitter? Very possibly, yes. It sounds like a monumental feat. I mean, Twitter's approaching 500 million users. But remember, Instagram has 2.35 billion. And even though Threads is very blatantly a direct copy,
I did not know them numbers. And he talking about, Mark Zuckerberg talking about he want to get the Threads thing to 1 billion? 1 billion?
that doesn't mean that it doesn't have a higher ceiling. I mean, Facebook killed MySpace, Instagram killed Snapchat, just basically after copying their features and doing it better. It's not a new thing for this Meta company to do a similar thing to what's already being done and to just brute force them out the picture. If you're finding this video useful, by the way, then a sub to the channel would be incredible. Just like Threads is trying to overtake Twitter in subscribers, we're trying to overtake Apple, so every subscriber helps. But okay, here's what concerns me about the whole thing. Look at Instagram. Instagram today is not at all what it originally set out to be. It started out as this genuinely unique way to keep in touch with your friends via photos. But in the process of continually following where the money is, it's now just yet another glorified vertical video app. Most of what I see on my feed is no longer my friends or anyone I actually care about. It's just an algorithm that's designed to serve you purposeless videos in such a way that you can't look away and eventually lose track of time. And then you go to Facebook, Meta's other main social media app, and it's far, far worse. I mean, you can't scroll past 2 posts without seeing an ad. Then you get a suggested for you post, which is actually nothing related to you. There's a permanent sponsor tab on the side, which is filled with targeted ads, tons of inappropriate content, and a really bad system for actually reporting it, where nothing ever seems.
I've never been on Facebook, like, never, for real. Like, of course, when you was a kid, you know, you made a Facebook, but never actually like logged into that. I made one for a business reason one time with like real estate. I had something going on where I'm selling properties on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah. That's the only time I ever used Facebook. And I mean, I didn't really have to use it. I just used this Marketplace that one time for that couple of months. I didn't really have to surface on Facebook or nothing like that.
Seems to get acted on. It's alarming because this is essentially what Meta's vision of a successful product is. And don't even get me started on the way they handle data. I mean, Meta's entire business model is making money from profiling their users, tracking their
And then once at some point, for some reason, I got banned off Facebook for being the middleman to the selling the houses, selling the real estate shit, properties. I was making the post for the properties pretty much on Facebook Marketplace. And they would contact me. I'll hit them up with an email. With a message as myself, like no scripted message. I would just have to sell it. And then once they ready and they for real, then I hit up the person selling it. And that was pretty much it. But eventually Facebook caught up to me, and apparently I was crossing some guidelines. I don't know what I was crossing. Maybe because the Facebook page was like newer and I was already trying to sell something on Facebook Marketplace. I wasn't actually selling. It was just like posting the house on Facebook Marketplace. It's not like you could buy the house from Facebook Marketplace. But I don't know. They banned me. I had made another retry to make the account. Got that going for like another week. Then they banned me again, like banned my IP or whatever. I don't know. So I can't make another one. So I don't even know what I did. I still don't know what the guidelines was. Anytime I went to click it, like there's a million things. I didn't know where to begin to try to find what I crossed because I didn't think I was doing nothing. I just made an account, posted houses on there.
Activity to then sell their eyeballs.
Sorry for the little rant.
I think it's pretty fair to say no company on the planet has a worse track record of using people's data in dodgy ways. And yet, they're asking for all of it here. When you sign up to Threads, look at all the stuff you have to agree to. There's a reason why Threads is not up and running in the EU yet. This app even wants access to your sensitive health data, which the governments there are rightly asking, why do you need this exactly? And
yeah, honestly, I've seen this thing right here.
There's a reason why Threads is not up there.
Yeah, I seen this right here for the Threads app. And I honestly think it's kind of crazy, especially now that he just mentioned, whenever you sign up for Threads, you get a number, like a personal number, like you're that number who made an account. So like if you were the millionth person to make an account on Threads, then that's your number. You're 1 million. If you're 15 million, you're 15 million person, 15 million, 100,000, 100 million. I don't know. I don't feel like saying the numbers, but if you like in the 15 millions, that's your number. Like that's when you made an account. For some reason, I can see this being some weird Black Mirror scenario. They got all this information, and then you're a number on the website, a permanent number that's just like in your bio. So you see, I don't know if everybody else see your number, but you see your number. According to this video, as far as I know, you see your number and what number you are. I don't know. It's weird. It seemed like a weird Black Mirror scenario going on.
When you sign up to Threads, look at all the stuff you have to agree to. There's a reason why Threads is not up and running in the EU yet. This app even wants access to your sensitive health data, which the governments there are rightly asking, why do you need this exactly? And if you sign up to Threads, there's no way of not agreeing to every bit of this data sharing. And there's also a really weird clause that says you can't close your Thread account after opening it unless you also close your Instagram account, which,
Whoa.
I mean, who's going to do that? It's hard to even comprehend. Like, if this app does beat Twitter,
crazy.
how powerful Meta becomes as a company. I mean, for example, I leave 3 links in the description to all my key social media apps for every video. And this would mean that all 3 of those links would lead to platforms owned by Meta. That's a monopoly. That's the most powerful monopoly that exists on the planet. And is that not too much power for a company who's shown that they're willing to go to great lengths to extract money from their users? So what I'm saying is that I do think the Threads app, as it is right now, is doing a lot of things better than the competition, in a way that's made me make more posts on this in a day than I've done in a month of using Twitter. But also that there's very little to say that it's going to stay that way. I mean, even just reading between the lines of what the CEO himself is saying, let's get the users first, then start implementing the money making. And like, you know how people hated the idea of the metaverse and how this Meta company would just own people? If Threads actually kills Twitter and Meta ends up as this captain of social medias, it's very much step 1 of that. But at the same time, I do believe that people deserve second chances. So while past actions are generally a pretty good indicator of intent, I'm willing to be proven otherwise. It is possible that Meta sees this not as a way to repeat the same mistakes, but a way to correct for them. And in the end, it's the users that make these platforms what they are. So if we decide that we want to use this as a positive force, then that will automatically make it a better place to be. And to help me do that, this is my Threads account. I'm thready and waiting. Should probably cut the video before that.
That's crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like it really seemed like a Black Mirror type scenario, like for real. Like Meta is trying to, they already got the metaverse that they got going on. Facebook on Instagram, Instagram, all the same thing, pretty much. Like they all owned by Meta. Now they got their own Twitter version. Like they probably own way more than we actually realize. It's crazy. Y'all be safe out there for the folks making y'all Threads account. I don't know, because I don't see what possible reason they need to know your health and fitness information. But y'all be safe out there. I don't think I'm gonna make me a Threads account, but yeah, y'all be safe out there, man.